In this video, I'm going to talk about how I exercise my empathy muscle. Hi everybody, I'm Bruce Lambert from HowCommunicationWorks.com. This is a channel where I talk about communication skills and other topics so you can improve your relationships, succeed at work, and be more confident. I was on the phone with a friend the other day in my car, and I had to stop and interrupt our conversation because there was a homeless person outside my car, waiting in the street as they do here in Chicago. And I keep some money in my car to give to homeless people. So I stopped and rolled down the window and gave him some money. My friend was sort of surprised at this. And I said, well, I've made a habit of doing this for the past several years. So the Prussian general, Karl von Clausewitz, he once said, war is politics by other means. He didn't say that exactly, but that's the quote that most people remember. War is a continuation of policy by other means. So the way that I think of giving money to homeless people, and there are way too many homeless people in Chicago as there are in most big American cities, is giving money to homeless people is empathy by other means. So I don't normally talk to the homeless people very much who I give money to. But I do try to make a habit of making a small contribution to most homeless people that I see, especially when I'm in my car and driving in traffic and the people are waiting basically at intersections to ask for money. Now, there are a lot of reasons. I know people object to giving money to homeless people. They think they're going to spend money on alcohol. They're going to spend money on drugs. Well, let's face it. Most of us have spent money on alcohol and drugs too. So how does that make us different from them? Well, we're not homeless. Okay, fine. But this is a video about empathy. And the idea is that I was wanting, all this teaching that I do about empathy, all this thinking that I do about empathy, this training that I do on empathy, it made me want to be more empathic myself. I find that I am not as empathic as I could be a lot of the time, and I was trying to figure out a way that I could sort of exercise the empathy muscle. And it occurred to me that $1 bills, I don't really like to have a bunch of $1 bills in my wallet, and I'm in a position in my life where I can afford to give away $1 bills. I'm grateful to be in that position, and these homeless people need the $1 bills much more than I do. So I've sort of made it a habit that if I have $1 bills in my wallet, I will put them in my car or carry them with me so that I'll have kind of small change to give to the homeless people that I see on the street, and I've sort of made a habit of it. This surprised my friend Kazi from Clever Programmer. Hey Kazi, what's up? This surprised Kazi that this was my habit, but that's why I do it. I think it helps me to exercise that empathy muscle. I have second thoughts sometimes to think, are they going to put this money to bad use? But honestly, who am I to say how they're going to use this money? What I normally think most of the time is, especially during the winter, I think it is cold outside here in Chicago. I would hate to be homeless in this weather. I would hate to be on the street having to ask people for handouts. We can make all sorts of moral judgments about homeless people. How did they get there? It's their own fault. I don't even want to get into it. All I know is in that moment, that guy or that woman needs the money more than I do. I'm glad to give it to them. Am I buying indulgences, as they used to say? In the old days, Catholics used to be able to give money to the church to pay for their sins. They called it buying indulgences. So am I doing something like that? Am I assuaging my own guilt by giving homeless people money? I don't know. Maybe there's a bit of that. I can't maybe understand myself that deeply to know exactly what my motivations are. I know it feels good to give people these small handouts when I see them on the street. And in any case, I just wanted to talk about this particular habit. I talk about all the things that we should say to be empathic, and we're always kind of looking for the right words to recognize people's feelings, validate people's feelings, and we can't always come up with the right words. But this, I think, giving charity is empathy by other means. And that's how I think about it. If you like this kind of video, click subscribe, click the notification button, like this video, share it, etc. Come on over to HowCommunicationWorks.com. Give us your email and sign up for the ebook. And give us your email and we'll send you an ebook about empathy that we think that will be useful to you. Thanks a lot for watching this video. We'll see you next time.